So good day, class. So this time we are going to have our topic, moment diagram by parts. So moment diagram by parts is actually an alternate method in determining for the moment diagram of your beam. So basically, later on in your theory of structures, moment diagram is an important part, or it is a prerequisite in determination of the deformation. Okay, so the deformation is computed out of the moment diagram okay, by its area and by the centroid. So that concept is all about deflection by area moment method. So before we proceed with that topic, we need to perfect our skills in illustrating moment diagram by parts. So in this concept, we do not need to establish your moment diagram by the shear diagram. So we can go directly to the moment diagram. So as for our learning objectives, number 1, compute quickly the ordinate of the moment diagram given any loading of the beam. So kung mapapansin natin last time, as I have said, you really need to establish the shear diagram bago mo may drawing yung moment diagram. And as your basis in the shear diagram is yung area ng shear diagram is equal to the ordinate of the moment diagram. But this time, dinerive na kagad yung formula so that we can work for a quick computation of the ordinate of the moment diagram of any loading. Okay? Whether yung loading mo is concentrated, uniform distributed, varying loads, and a couple. Okay? So number 2, illustrate the moment diagram at any desired reference. So ito later on, by and by, I will teach you how to do the first step, because the first step is so crucial, and that is you should establish your desired reference. And then number 3, compute the moment of area at any desired reference. Yung moment of area lang naman is moment or the area of the shape, area of the shape times the centroid. Again, the moment of the area is the moment of the shape times the centroid. Yung centroid is the distance of the center of gravity from the point of reference. Na yung sinasabi dito, desired reference. Kung saan yung desired reference mo, dun mo i-measure yung centroid ng shapes. What is good in this moment diagram by parts is that we are working with the various shape, yung common shape, mga triangle, rectangle, spandrel. So, kung ganun lang, we can easily compute for the area. Unlike kung complicated yung shape natin, like dun sa mga traditional na ginawa natin na moment diagram, mahirapan tayong mag-compute ng area ng moment diagram. Mahirapan din tayo as well in computation of the centroid of that shape. Diba? Okay, so this time, the shapes are already simplified. So moving on to the formula, kung sa couple or moment load, so focus on this figure, yung couple is either clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay, so in your result, this is the moment diagram, the shaded part here. Kapag yung C, we do not need to multiply that by any distance or any variable, Kung ano yung couple, yun na rin yung value ng moment diagram. At yung shape niya is rectangular shape. So ang magkakatalo lang dito is whether yung couple is negative or positive. So how do we determine that? So we need to establish here a reference line, So in this formula, ang reference line natin actually itong fixed support. Ito yung fixed support. Okay? So this will be our reference line. So tingnan mo yung reference line dito. Okay? and then apply the couple. You lock this one, lock this one, and then apply the couple. Okay? So when we lock this one, of course, this is already fixed. Pag in-apply mo yung couple dito, what will be the effect? It is concaving downwards or concaving upwards. Okay? So in this case, kapag nilock ko to, in-apply ko tong moment, ang behavior ng beam is actually concaving downwards. Okay? So that is why that is negative. Okay? So the couple itself is negative. So again, kung anong value ng couple, rectangle lang yan, equal to that couple. And then the sign is determined by locking your reference line and then determine whether it is concaving downwards or concaving upwards. So, concaving downwards yung ating couple dito, o yung beam natin, applying the couple, concaving downwards, kaya negative. So, no problem naman with the area because area is just the area of this rectangle, C times L. Okay? So, yung moment is equal to the couple itself and the x bar. Diba yung x bar is yung centroid up to your reference line. Yung reference line mo is just the half of L. Okay? Okay, so next, for the concentrated load naman, again, importante kung nasan yung reference line. So, dito sa formula na to, ang ating reference line is at the fixed. Okay? Because the beam is already translated in the fixed support dun sa mismong reference line mo. So, ngayon, pag in-apply ko tong P na to, titingnan mo kung saan yung reference line mo. Okay? So, ito yung reference line mo. This is the P. Yung P is actually the toe of your triangle. Okay? So, 0 siya dyan. Hanggang tataas yan. Okay? Tataas at the maximum value dito sa fixed support mo. And that is simply equal to P times L. So, nagkaroon lang ng negative yan because this is going downwards. Ngayon, kapag going upwards yan, pag ganun naman yung triangle mo. Okay? P times L. So, P is just simply multiplied by your length. Okay? And it will form a triangular one. Okay? So, this is a first degree curve. Kapag first degree curve, remember, that is just a straight line. Kapag horizontal line, that is a 0 degree curve. So, 0 degree curve, horizontal. Diagonal naman, pero straight line pa rin, first degree yon. Okay? So, again, no problem with the computation of the area. It's just the area of the triangle. 1/2 PL. Okay? Ito na yung height mo, no? PL times L. Kaya naging PL squared. Okay? So, the moment is equal to P times X. And then X bar is equal to 1/3 of L. Okay? So, 1/3 of L, ito, di ba? Itong centroid up to the height, nagkataon, magkatapat yung height tsaka yung reference line. That is why this is 1/3 of L. So, ano naman yung kabila niya? So, kapag 1/3 of L yan, itong kabilang dimension is 2/3 of L. Kasi nga, buo yan. 2/3 tsaka 1/3. Okay? So, that's it. So, remember, in this formula, yung fixed support, this serves as your reference line. Okay? So, we are now through with couple and concentrated load. Paano naman kapag distributed load? So, again, just the same. We take the reference line. Okay? We take the reference line dito, no? So, from that, nandun yung maximum value ng mga spandrel na to. So, ang itsura ng distributed load is this is a second degree curve. So, kung matatandaan nyo, from load diagram, pagdating mo sa shear, sa mga distributed load, for the distributed loads, dadagdagan mo lang ng 1 degree curve. Ano? So, ibig sabihin, sa load diagram, for example, horizontal line yan. Anong horizontal line pala? 0 degrees, di ba? 0 degrees yung horizontal line sa load diagram. Pagdating sa shear diagram, magiging first degree na yan or magiging straight line, diagonal. Okay? Pagdating sa moment diagram, yung 1 degree, dagdagan mo pa ng isa, magiging second degree curve. That is why, ito, load diagram yan, nag-skip siya sa shear diagram kasi hindi na natin kailangan ng shear diagram with this one. That is why, on the moment diagram, itong line na yan, itong line na to, this one, is actually second degree. Okay? Second degree. So, bakit ba natin kailangan malaman ng nth degree na yan? Okay? So, we really need to establish your n here. Okay? So, what is your nth degree? So, this time, this is second degree. Kapag naman sa varying load, magiging ano naman siya? Third degree na siya. Okay? So, the ordinate of this, saan kukunin to ordinate na to? Sa reference line, Sa reference line mo kunin itong ordinate na to. And then, just draw a curve here. This is a second degree for this uniformly distributed load. And then, for the varying load, kapag triangular yan, ito, I'll just give emphasis na huwag ka nang mamili ng reference line. Kapag merong varying load. Kasi yung varying load, may height yan. Tapos may 0. May 0 point siya dito at may height. Yung formula nito, very specific siya na yung reference line niya, nandun yung height. Okay? Nandun yung height ng spandrel. Okay? Nandun yung height ng spandrel. Kaya kapag merong uniformly varying load, lagi mong pipiliin yung reference line mo nandun sa height ng triangle or this spandrel. So, nandun yung ordinate equivalent to WL squared all over 6. Ito, naging negative yan kasi downwards yung ating load. Similarly, ganun din dito kaya naging negative yan. So, ang pinagkaiba lang nitong dalawang to, ito, uniform yung height niya kahit saan yung reference line mo. Okay? Ito makukuha mo. Kung ano bang length na nasakop niya, that will be multiplied to this. W and divided by 2. And then for your varying load, ganun din, kunin mo yung 1/6 WL squared dito, and then mag-draw ka lang ng third degree line. Okay? So, it is important na ma-distinguish mo kung anong degree ng line. Bakit? In calculation of the area, this is the general formula, class. This is the general formula. The general formula of the spandrel. So, tingnan natin, The general formula for the spandrel is, kapag area lang, area is equal to 1 all over n plus 1 base times height. Ganyan lang. So, yung x bar naman, 1 all over n plus 2 times whatever the value of the base. Ngayon, kapag merong kang triangle, ano yung triangle? So, triangle is a straight line, di ba? So, this is a first degree. First degree yung kanyang hypotenuse, So, meaning, yung n mo is equal to 1 for the triangle. Okay? N is equal to 1 for the triangle. Therefore, 1 over 1 plus 1, so 1/2 base times height, which is the formula for the area of the triangle. Okay? And then for the x bar, this is equal to 1 all over 1 plus 2, or 1/3 of the base, which is actually the centroid of the triangle from the height. So, no problem naman, kahit ano pang degree nito. So, kahit anong degree niyan. Kung first degree, triangle lang yun. Just apply these formulas, ano. Kahit na spandrel siya na second degree, third degree, fourth degree, etc. You can come up with the area and the x-bar. So, that is the beauty of having the moment diagram by parts, whatever the shape is. Kasi karamihan lang naman is spandrel, tsaka triangle, rectangle. Yun lang kailangan. Okay. So, paano nakuha tong area na to? So, ito yung kanyang base, ano? And remember, ito, first degree yan. Okay, first degree sa load diagram, magdagdag ka ng dalawa. So, ito, magiging third degree na yan. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, yung n mo dito is third degree. So, applying this formula now, that the area is equal to 1 all over n is 3, okay, plus 1 base times height. Okay, so we have area is equal to 1/4. What is the base? The base is L, okay, and the height is this one, okay, 1/6 of, oh wait, so this is 1/6 of W L squared, right? So, kapag titingnan natin, L times L squared, that is L cubed now. Yun na. W, the same. And then, 6 times 4, that is 24. So, kaya naging area is equal to negative 1 all over 24 WL cubed. Okay, so this is, how about this X bar here? 1/5 daw ng L. So, remember, ito yung X bar natin, X bar is equal to 1 all over n plus 2, no? Ang n natin is 3, third degree kasi, plus 2 of the base. O, yan. Kaya 1/5 of length, di ba? And the base here is actually the length. So, as simple as that. Okay? Now, knowing all those concepts, ano, we can now deal with establishing the moment of area as well as the moment of diagram by parts. Ano? So, let us consider this first problem. This has simply supports R1 and R2 with a concentrated load 1000 and a couple. Itong 400 would be translated into a counterclockwise moment. So, compute the moment of area of the moment diagrams between the reactions about both the left and right support. So, ang moment of area, gagamitin natin first yung A ng moment of area, meaning kunin lang natin lahat ng area ng by parts ng beam na to and then multiply it by the centroid that is measured from A. Okay? So, yung moment of area naman sa B, just the same. Lahat ng area dito times its corresponding centroid measured from your B, from point B. Okay, first things first, kailangan natin ng reaction. Okay? So, basic lang yung reaction natin, ano? Just perform summation moments on the supports. Okay? So, meron tayong R1, 400, 600. Now, it will yield to a 1,000 going upwards. So, by checking, really, your summation forces vertical will yield to 0. So, no problem with that. And then after which, we are going to establish now your reference line. So ito, pipiliin ko itong point na to. Okay? So depende sa inyo kung anong piliin nyo. So ito, for this problem, I'll just select this segment. So you might as well select A, select this point, or select B as your reference. But this time, I'm gonna choose this segment. So ngayon, remember the formula kapag concentrated load, PL lang yan. At kapag may couple tayo, ano lang yan? Equivalent to couple, pero investigate mo kung positive ba siya or negative. Pero yung couple natin dito, mawawala na. Bakit? Kasi tapat na niya na yung reference line niya. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano mang katapat ng reference line, wala na. We will neglect the loading at that point. So, kung ano man loading dito sa tapat ng reference line mo, do not bother yourself to compute for any value of the moment diagram. So, tanggal na yung 400 dito, no? So, ang ko-consider lang natin, tatlong concentrated load. So, yung concentrated load mo, PL lang yan, okay? So, first, yung concentrated na 400, mataas yan. So, dito yung reference line mo. So, yung pinakamataas na ordinate is that PL, di ba? 400 times 2. So, 400 times 2 is equal to 800. Okay? And then, for this 1,000, so, 1,000, gaganon lang yan. Dito hanggang sa reference line mo, yung pinakamataas is 1,000 times 2 or PL. So, P is 1,000, L is 2. So, 2,000. And then sa 600, 600 times ano yan? Hanggang dito, 600 times 4. That is 2,400. So, that completes your moment diagram by parts. Again, do not bother yourself with this couple kasi dito na. Nandito, katapat niya lang. So, ngayon, kapag susumahin mo yung positive tsaka negative moment dito, yung meron tayong negative 2,000 dito at meron tayong positive 3,200. No? Yan natin. So, yung sa line na to, mga positive ordinates is 2,400, 800, positive din yan. Meron kang negative. So, ibig sabihin, ilan to? 3,200 minus 2,000. Okay. I'm sorry, we should consider here. Okay. Just erase this. We'll just consider here yung pinakamataas na value on the positive. So, maximum positive is 2,400. Okay. Yung pinakamababa mo doon is negative 2,000. So, may excess tayo na positive 400. So, this is a clockwise moment, right? So, that is being countered by the counterclockwise 400 dito. So, ganun. So, may sobra siyang moment dito. Just consider the maximum positive and maximum negative. Yun yung magiging net moment mo dito sa area na to. Also, yung couple mo dito, this is a balancing couple actually for equilibrium of this beam. Okay? So, that is one way to check your moment diagram coordinates. Okay, so moving on. Of course, after establishing your ordinates, lagay mo na yung mga centroid, Ito yung mga centroid. So we should know how to locate these centroids. So we are now dealing with the triangular shape. So let us have an emphasis on that. So remember that in spandrel, okay, this is the head and this is the tail. So your X bar or the centroid is measured up to the head. So X bar is referred to the head of the spandrel. So whatever is the spandrel, mini-measure yan hanggang sa head. So this is the head and the tail. So this, may distance tayo ng centroid hanggang head. Say for example, if we have a triangular one, this is just equal to 1/3 of the base. At yung measurement niya from the tail is 2/3 of the base. Likewise, kung meron tayong second degree curve, kapag ito maging 1/4 of the base, yung sobra nito is 3/4 of the base. So meaning, mas malapit yung centroid dun sa head or dun sa ulo. So meron siyang ulo tsaka merong buntot. Mas malayo yung centroid sa buntot at mas malapit siya sa ulo. Okay? So the centroid is nearer to that of the head than to the tail of the spandrel. So basically, we need to know these distances in order to come up with the area moment of a certain diagram up to a certain point. Okay, so with that principle, we are going to locate the centroids first of these triangles. So itong maliit na triangle with 800 base, 800 height, andito siya. So ano bang overall base niya? Ang overall base niya is 2. Okay? So if that is 2, yung 1/3 ng 2 is 2/3. So 1/3 times 2, 2/3 tong distance na to. Okay? So ano naman to? Okay, it is 2/3 of 2. So 2/3 of 2 is actually 4/3. Okay? So all of the distance will be measured from both A and B, So yung itong measurement na 4/3 hanggang dito siya sa A. So how about yung kabila niya naman? Okay? So sa B, if this is established, 4/3 naman yan, ang kabuuan is 6. Okay? So kaya kapag 6 minus 4/3, that is 14 all over 3. Okay? So ganun lang. And then for this second triangle, ito yung pinakamalaking triangle which have 2,400 height. So ano bang overall base niya? Ang overall base nito is 4 meters, So this centroid up to the head hanggang sa ulo nitong triangle is 1/3 times 4. Diba? So 1/3 times 4, that is equivalent to 4/3. So yung kabila niya naman is 2/3 of 4. So 4 times 2/3 is actually 8 all over 3. Okay, so when this is established now, again, you'll just deduct that from the whole length of the beam. So 6 minus 8 all over 3, that is equivalent to 10 all over 3. Okay, so dalawa na ang natapos natin. So the positive triangles. For the negative triangle, ito, we need to determine the base. That is the first step. Ano yung overall base ng triangle? Kitang-kita naman, that is equivalent to 2 meters. So that this distance is 1/3 of 2 1/3 of 2, that is equivalent to 2/3. 2/3 plus ito hanggang dito. 2/3 plus 2. Okay? That is equivalent to 2/3 plus 2. So we can have this one. 2/3 plus 2. So basically, this is 3 and that is 6. So meaning, 6 over 3 is equal to 2 also. So 6 plus 2 is equal to 8 all over 3. So ito yon. So 8/3. So ngayon, itong 8/3 again, i-deduct lang natin yan sa 6. 6 minus 8 all over 3. So, dapat may LCD yan, ano? That is equivalent to 3. Okay, so LCD is 3. So, 3 divided by 1 times 6 is equivalent to, so this one is equivalent to 18, ano? 18. Because 3, this is 1, ano? All over 1. So, I'll just, so we have 6 minus 8 all over 3. So, our LCD here is 3. Ito, over 1 yan. 3 divided by 1, that is 3 times 6. That is 18. Then 3 over 3, 1 times 8. So, 18 minus 8, that is 10 all over 3. So, ito yon. This one. Okay. So, all of the triangles now have a measured distance from A as well as from B. So that this will be the basis of our moment of area, no? So ito na yung computation. So una, x bar A. Ito yung moment of area from A, ano? Area times x bar from A. So this is the summation. This will just be the summation of the area times distances from point A. Okay, so ano to? 1/2, ito yon, 1/2 800 by 2, this is 2 meters. And then the distance of this up to A, that is 4/3. Okay, yun. And then another one, this one, ito, 1/2 2,400 times 4 times 10/3. Ito yun, 10/3 from A, you know. So minus, so this is a negative area, 1/2 2 times 2,000, no? 2,000 times 8 all over 3. So, lahat ng distance galing sa A, ano? So, we will come up with a value of 11,733.33 Newton per cubic meter. So, similarly, we'll just have to sum up area times distances up to point B. So, ito rin yun, 1/2 800 by 2. Ano namang distance niya sa kabila? Ito. So, 14 all over 3. This one. Okay? 14 all over 3. And then, yung malaking triangle, 1/2 24 times 4. And then, we have 8/3 as the distance from the B. This one. And then, negative 1/2 2 times 2,000 times the distance to point B, that is 10 all over 3. So, we'll come up with the moment of area of B, that is 9,866.67 Newton per cubic meter. So, that is how to deal with that problem. Okay? So, we'll have another example. And this another example is the alternate solution of this one. Kung kanina, nandyan yung ating reference line, we can also do it kahit saan. So, let us try moving this reference line to point A. Ano? This time, class, tanggal na yung R1 na 400. As I have said, kung may katapat yan na loading, so do not include that loading. Okay? So, that is the first step. And it is assumed na alam na rin natin yung reaction. So we'll now draw our moment diagram by parts. So unahin na muna natin yung 400. So anong gagawin? Ilalak mo dyan sa reference line and then apply the loading or the couple. So pag apply mo ng couple, anong mangyayari sa beam? Tataas ba siya or bababa? So obviously, pag nilak mo to, ni-rotate mo yan, pag ganyan, nakalak yan, pataas yung ating orientation ng beam. So that is actually concaving upwards, that is 400 Newton meter positive. So positive yan, positive rectangle. So rectangle yan. So alam naman natin kapag couple, equivalent lang yan sa magnitude ng couple at rectangular shape siya. So this is positive, ano? So next, we have also this concentrated load. Ito, going downwards hanggang dito. So yung pinakamataas niya nandito. So that is 1,000 times 4. That is equivalent to negative 4,000. Ito yun. Okay, negative 4,000 para dyan sa 1,000. At yung 600 dito, positive 600 times 6. That is 3,600. Okay, so ngayon, tingnan natin kung anong net moment niya dito sa linyang yan. So, meron tayong positive 400, di ba? May 400 tayo, meron tayong 3,600, at meron tayong negative 4,000. So, ang neto niya, this is actually equal to 0, no? Mag-yield siya sa 0. Why? Because kapag simply supported, kapag sa connection niya, 0 yung moment doon unless that is a fixed connection. Diba? Ito, pin tsaka roller yan. Pin tsaka roller. Yung moment sa roller, 0. Moment sa pin, 0. So, ganon. If we have a simply supported beam. Unless, kung may fixed support tayo, halimbawa, pag may fixed support, of course, meron yung value. So, kanina, when we have this reference line kanina, may net siya na 400. Paano nagkaroon ng net na 400? Kasi nga, may external couple siya na equivalent to 400 din. Okay, so remember, our internal forces should be always in equilibrium or should always be countered by the external forces. Ang external dito 400 at yung internal kanina 400 din. So if you notice yung net moment natin dito. So yung net moment dito is equivalent to 0 because we do not have any external couple here on the beam. Okay? So we are through with the couple and these two concentrated load. So wala na. So far ito lang naman ang loading. Now this will be our moment diagram by parts. Ang importante lang naman dito is the next step. Kunin naman natin yung distances ng centroid of each of the shapes from A and from B also. So, starting with the rectangle, kalahati lang naman yung centroid niya, no? So, kung kalahati ng 2 is 1, so ang naiwan doon is 5 if this is 6 meters. Okay? And then for the triangle here, the overall base is 6 meters, ano? 6. So, kapag tail yan, tail up to the centroid, that is 2/3 of the base. So, 2/3 of 6. Ilan? 2/3 of 6. So, yung 2/3 ng 6, 12 all over 3, or that is equal to 4 meters. Ito yon. Okay? So, kung 4 yan, ibig sabihin, 2 rin yun. Okay? No problem. And then, with this triangle here, anong base niya? 4. Diba? So, ano yung centroid up to this head? So, hanggang sa ulo, hanggang sa centroid, that is 1/3 of the base. And the base here is 2. Sorry. our base here should be 4, no? So it should be 4. So ito yung overall base natin, ano? Mula dito hanggang doon, that is equal to 4 meter. So 1/3 of 4 is 4/3, ano? Ayan. Ito na yun, 4/3. At yung naiwan, 6 minus 4/3. Okay, LCD ka na naman. This is 3, this is 18 minus 4. That is equivalent to 14 all over 3. So ito yun. This one, 14 all over 3. Okay, so distances and area lang naman. Summation of area times distance up to A, no? Ito yun. So, moment of area about A ang tawag dyan. Moment of area about A. So, unahin muna natin yung rectangle, 400 times 2, 400 by 2. 1 yung distance niya from A. And then, for this triangle, 1 half 6 times 3,600. Ano yung distance nito up to this A? That is 2. Okay. This one. And then, minus this triangle, 4,000 by 4 all over 2 times the distance of this 4/3. Ano? 4/3. Itong centroid of this 4/3. So we come up with the moment of area about A, 11,733.33 newtons. And then for the moment of area about B, just the same, kunin mo lang yung mga area tsaka distance. Ngayon, this time, measured from B na. Okay? So, unahin mo natin yung rectangle, 400 by 2 pa rin yan. But the distance now is 5. And then yung 1 half, yung triangle is 1 half 600, 6 times 3,600 times this distance, 4 meters up to B. And then for the negative triangle, 1 half 4 by 4,000, 14/3. So we'll come up with the summation, 9,866.67 Newton per cubic meter. So those are the answers. Okay. So we proceed to another example. So this time we try an example involving a distributed load. So remember, kapag ganito lang naman ma-distributed load ka, tingnan mo lang kung anong sakop niya. Okay, ang sakop niya is 3 meters. Dito wala na. Okay, remember that. So first things first again, reaction muna tayo. So huwag kayong magkakamali sa reaction. So you should have to check the reaction. So 400 times 3, this will result to, ito may result yan, ano, 400 times 3, that is equal to 1,200. So dapat 1,200 plus 500 is equal to 1,700. Dapat yung total na pababa mo. At yung total na pataas mo is 1,700 also. So that is your mechanism of checking, or the check mechanism wherein dapat summation forces vertical shall be equal to 0. So importante yan, kasi pag nagkamali ka dyan, mali na lahat ng solution. Okay. So of course, we're gonna place the computed reaction on the illustration. And then select your reference line. So this time I'm gonna choose this portion, ano. So wala namang problema kahit saan nyo piliin yung reference line nyo. But for this solution, I'm going to select that left portion. So ibig sabihin, wala na yung R1 dito. So we slash it out. Ang consider natin yung mga naiwan on the right portion. 400 na distributed, 500 concentrated, and 700 na concentrated load. So muna, ito yung 700. So 700, P times L lang yan. P times L going upwards. So this is a positive triangle. 700 times 4, that is 2,800. No? So next, yung 500 naman, 500 times 2, that is equal to negative 1,000 because this is going downward. So that is a negative triangle. So ito naman, this one, remember class, na yung kapag may distributed load ka, piliin mo, wag mong piliin yung B. Bakit? Bakit hindi mo kailangan piliin yung B? Kasi walang load, hindi sakop ng distributed load niya. Meaning you cannot apply the formula. Kasi nga yung formula, ganito yun. Ganito yung formula natin sa distributed load. Ano? Ito yung distributed load. This is distributed load. This is W. So, yung reference line mo, kunin mo doon. Ganito yung itsura niya. Di ba? WL squared all over 2. Okay? So, WL squared all over 2 yan. Ang problema, kapag blanco yan, okay, this is not the same thing, ano? So, this is totally, this figure is totally different with this one. Okay? So, you cannot apply this formula. Kaya, ang pwede mo lang piliin yung mga reference na nakadikit dito sa distributed load. So, pwede dito, pwede mong piliin to, pwede mong piliin yan, pwede mong piliin yan. But not this one. Kasi nga, hindi nag-extend yung distributed load mo dyan. Okay? So, I hope that is clear. Next. For our distributed load, ayun nga, ito yung distributed load. So, ang pinakamataas ay nandun sa reference line mo. This came from the formula. Paano nakuha yung 1/8? This came from the formula WL squared all over 2. Ito, WL squared all over 2. So, we enlarge that one. Ayan. WL squared all over 2. Ano yung W natin dito? 400. So, our W is 400. Our length, yung length na sakop lang ng distributed load. Ano yung sakop ng distributed load? 3. Okay? All over 2. So, if we're going to calculate this one, 400 times 9, that is equal to 3,600. 3,600 divided by 2, that is equal to 1,800. Okay? So, ang ating moment diagram by parts composes of 3 shapes, ano? Dalawang triangle, isang spandrel. Okay. And then, we establish, again, yung mga centroid, distances from A to B. Okay? From A and B. Sorry. From A and B. Ngayon, sige. Isa-isayin na natin ngayon ito. Let's try to solve this one by one. Itong pinakamalaking triangle, ang pinakamalaking triangle na ay yung base niya is buo, no? 2 plus 1 plus 1. So, that is 4. Okay? So, 1/3 of 4, that is 4/3. No problem dito kasi just subtract 4 minus 4/3. Yung buo minus yung distance. Yung partial distance. So, LCD is 3. 3 divided by 1, 3 times 4, that is 12 minus 4. So, therefore, this is 8 all over 3. Ito yun. Okay. So, itong maliit na triangle na to, ganun din. Just consider the base. Ano ba yung base na sakop lang ng triangle? Ang common mistake dito, no, hindi na pinapansin kung hanggang saan yung extent ng base ng shape. Importante yon, ano. So, itong maliit na triangle na to, on the negative side is having a base of 2. So, ibig sabihin, 1/3 of 2, that is 2/3. Okay? Kung 2/3 yan, anong naiwan doon? So, ibig sabihin, yung total na length natin is 4 minus yung partial distance na 2/3. LCD ka dyan. 3. So, this is 12 minus 2. So, 10/3 yung naiwan. Okay, so ito yun. 10 all over 3. Okay. So, we are done with the distances of these two triangles. Ano? How about this spandrel? Itong spandrel na to is second degree. Ano? Ito, remember, ito 0 yan. Kasi horizontal. 0 degrees yan. Magdadagdag ka ng dalawa. Kaya naging second degree. So, ang general formula natin dito is pag area, 1 all over n plus 1 base times height. Ito yung area. Spandrel. At yung x-bar niya, measured from the head, ano? Measured dun sa ulo, 1 all over n plus 2 of the base. So, ano yung ating n dito? 1 all over second degree. So, 2 plus 2 of the base. So, this is basically 1/4 of the base. So, anong pares ng 1/4? 3/4 para sa kabilang distance. So, 1/4 of the base measured from the head. Anong base natin dito? 2 plus 1. That is 3. Ito, 3 yan, ano? This is 3. So, 1/3 of 3. 1/4 of 3 equal to 3/4, di ba? 1/4 times 3, that is equal to 3/4. Ito yon. So, ang naiiwan naman, buo ang consider mo. 4 minus 3 all over 4. Okay? LCD ka. 4. 4 times 4, 16. Minus 3. So, we have 13 all over 4. Ito yon. Okay? So, all of the distances are established. Madali na lang yung ating moment of area. So, for A, it is just equal to the summation of area times distances from A. So, moment of area about A, ito yung malaki, 1/2, 4 by 2,800, and then 4/3 is the distance, and then minus this right triangle, 1/2, 2 by 1,000, 2/3 yung distance from A, yun. And then yung spandrel mo, paano naging 1/3? Ito. So, kasi nga, second degree yan, 1 all over 2 plus 1, base times height. Okay, so 1/3 of base times height. So, negative 1/3 of base 3 and the height of 1/8 times 3/4 yung distance niya from A. So, yan na. Ito na yung answer. So, 5,450 Newton per cubic meter. So, ganun din dun sa moment of area about B. Okay? So, yung mga area, multiply lang dun. Yung mga distance nyo, centroid tapos B. Centroid tapos B. And then centroid tapos B. So, for this malaking triangle, 2/8 by 4, 1/2 yan kasi triangle, 8/3. Okay, ito yun. 8/3. This one. And then yung maliit, 2/3. Sorry, 10 over 3. Sorry, 10 over 3. This one. And then for the spandrel, 13 all over 4 in distance. Yan. So we come up with the answer, 5,750 Newton per cubic meter. Okay, so it's now getting clearer for you with this procedure. So let us try an example with a trapezoidal loading. So first things first, again, we get the reaction. So ang ginawa dito, dinivide niya yung trapezoid into composite parts. Ginawa niyang distributed at varying load. So, if we are going to take moments here, 200 times 4, yung buo na yan, yung buo. Ito. So, ito yun. This is 200 times 4. Okay? 200 times 4 times half of 4, that is 2. Okay? And then, kinonsider niya man to. Ito. So, if this is 600, ano? Itong height na to, this height here for the triangle is 600 minus 200, that is 400. That is why we have 1/2, the base is 3, the height is 400, and the centroid of this is 1. So, paano naging 1? 1/3 of 3, that is equal to 1. Okay? So, we have 550. So, we take moments on the other side, we have 850. So, it is important to check this one. Lahat ng pataas mo is 550 plus 850. Should it equate to lahat ng pababa mo naman? 200 times 4, tsaka tong ito, 1/2, anong base? 4, sorry, base of 3 times 400. Okay. So, ito, 1/2 divided by 2, 600 yan, plus 800. 600 plus 800, 1,400 yan. So, ito ba, 1,400 din? Yes, this is equal to 1,400. Also, it really yielded to 0. So, meaning, we are ensured that summation forces vertical will be equal to 0. So, the reactions will now be placed on the figure. So, ito, yung sinasabi ko kanina, place this reference line to the height of the varying distributed load. Dito mo na ilagay dun sa pinakamataas na value ng varying load. Why? Kasi nga yung formula natin, no problem sa distributed load, ano? Kahit sa anong piliin yan, kung anong pinili mo, dun mataas yung value. Okay? But for the varying distributed load, ito yung formula, no? Ito yung formula. Kailangan nakadikit yung pinakamataas na value or yung ulo ng spandrel or triangle dun sa mismong reference line nyo. And that is the formula all about. Para may apply natin na yung ordinate niyan is 16W L squared. So, applying both of this formula, no, unahin muna natin yung, ito pinili ko to, place this reference. Kasi nga, hindi natin magagamit yung formula na to kapag ito yung pinili mo, kasi wala dun yung maximum height na varying load mo. Kahit saan, dito lang pwede. Okay? So, dyan lang pwede. So, in that case, 550, PL lang yan, PL. 550 times 3. That is equal to 2,200. 550 times, 550 times 4, 550 times 4. 2,200. And then, for this distributed load, WL squared all over 2 yan, di ba? Ito, WL squared all over 2. Ang W natin is 200. Ang length natin is yung buo, yung nasakop ng distributed load, that is 4. This shall be equal to squared, this shall be squared, 4 all over 2. Okay? 16 times 100 is actually 1,600. So, ito yun. Okay, for this triangular load or varying load, ayan, nakadikit na siya dyan. So, applicable na tong formula na to. So, our W is 400. Ang L natin, anong nasakop lang ng triangle? That is 3 squared all over 6. So, 3 squared is 9. 3,600 divided by 6, that is negative 600 Newton meter. Okay? So, all of the ordinates are in place. Just the same, again, kunin mo yung mga distances of the centroid up to your A and B. Okay? Kasi yung problem, sabi niya moment of area daw sa A, moment of area sa B. Pwede rin sabihin niya may moment of area sa C kung naglagay siya ng another point here. For example, ano yung moment of area sa C? Okay? So if that is the case, ang nagkakaiba lang naman, lahat naman nitong area na to, kahit saan mo naman piliin yung reference line mo, madodrawing mo pa rin yan. But yung pinagkaiba lang yung mga distances. Okay? So this time, ang concern natin is A and B. So moment of area of A and moment of area about B. So you need to place the distances of the centroid from A and from that of the B. So yung pinakamalaking triangle, okay, base natin is 4, ano? 2/3 of 4 is yung tail, di ba? 2/3. 2/3 of the base, di ba? Yan. So yung 2/3 of the base from the tail and 1/3 of the base from the head. So ganun lang. So yung pinakamalaking triangle dito, yung base mo is 4, di ba? 4. So from the head, 1/3 of 4 is 4/3. Kaya 4/3. Ang naiwan, pwedeng 4 minus 4/3 or that is equal to 8/3. Or you may use 2/3 of the base. Total, sakop niya naman yung buong length. Okay, for this distributed load, ano, ang W mo is 200, ano. So the formula is W L squared all over 2. So tapos na tayo dito kanina. Ito na yan, 1,600. And then from the centroid up to this one, okay, magiging ano lang yan, dagdagan mo lang ng isa to. Magiging 1/4 yon, 1/4 of the base, and then ito magiging 3/4 of the base kapag second degree. Okay, kapag second degree. Kapag third degree naman, ito magiging 1/5 of the base, at ito magiging 4/5 of the base from the tail. So ito na tayo, second degree tayo, no? So 3/4 of the base. And the base is 4. So 3/4 of 4 is equal to 3. Ito yun. So ang naiwan is 1 meter. Okay? So in the case of the third degree naman, ito 1/5 na yan kasi nga yung formula natin, x bar from the ulo or the head is 1 all over n plus 2. Ang n natin dito is 3. So 3 plus 2, that is 1/5 of the base. So yan, yung 1/5 of the base referred to that of the head. So ano yung base ng ano natin, spandrel? Ang nasakop niya lang is 3 meters lang, remember class, ano? So 3 meters, so 1/5 of 3, that is 3/5. Ang naiwan, 4 minus 3/5. LCD ka, 5 divided by 1, 5 times 4, 20, minus 3. So that is equal to 17 all over 5. So ito yun, 17 all over 5. So all of our distances and area are now established. We'll just compute for moment of area about A and moment of area about B. So first, for the triangle, 1/2 4 by 2,200. Ayan, nasulat niya dyan yung distance. 8/3 from A. And then this one, 1/3. Ito, spandrel, ano? Spandrel, kapag second degree, kasi pag first degree, triangle pa lang siya, kaya 1/2 base times height. Pag second degree, dagdagan mo lang ng isa, 1/3 base times height. At kapag third degree na yan, magiging 1/4 base times height. In this case, ito, 1/3 kasi second degree yun. So, 1/3 times 4 times 1,600 times the distance 3. So, was already established. And then, minus 1/4 na, kasi ito, third degree na yan. 1/4, 3 times 600 times 17 all over 5. So, yun na. So, similarly, we just sum up area times distances about B. So, we have 1/2 4 times 2,200 times 4 all over 3. This one. And then, 1/3 minus spandrel, second degree, 1/3 4/16 times 1, and then minus 1/4, 3 times 600 times 3 all over 5, this one. Okay, so we found the answers for that problem. So this ends our topic on moment diagram by parts. So it's quite simple, but I suggest that we have a practice for you to perfect the procedure. Okay, so with this, thank you and have a good day.